Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and controversial topics of our time, artificial intelligence. In this episode, we're not just talking about the basics of AI, but exploring its true impact on society, the economy, and our personal lives. We'll discuss both the incredible benefits AI can bring, as well as the real concerns that come with this rapidly advancing technology. Stay with us as we dig deep into the future of AI, its potential, and the ethical questions we need to consider along the way. Jordan, I've been thinking AI is so revolutionary that it feels like a sci-fi movie come to life. But when we talk about AI replacing jobs, do you think it's all doom and gloom, or is there a silver lining?
It's a complicated issue. Yes, some jobs will disappear, especially repetitive, manual jobs. But it's not all bad news. Historically, when new technologies emerged, they created entirely new industries and roles. For example, during the Industrial Revolution, machines replaced a lot of manual labor, but they also gave rise to factory management, engineering, and other professions. The key is preparing people for this transition, whether that's through upskilling or shifting to jobs that require human creativity and emotional intelligence.
True, but the pace of AI development feels faster than anything we've seen before. Do you think society's ready for this level of change? Are governments and educational systems keeping up?
Honestly, I think we're lagging behind. A lot of educational systems still focus on traditional skills rather than digital literacy or AI fundamentals. We need to rethink how we prepare people for a future where AI is deeply integrated into every industry. Governments also need to step up by investing in reskilling programs and supporting workers who are displaced by automation.
It's almost like we need a complete overhaul of how we view education and work. I've read that soft skills like empathy and problem solving are going to be more valuable because AI can't replicate them, at least not yet.
Exactly. Creativity, emotional intelligence, leadership, these are uniquely human traits. AI can analyze data or predict outcomes, but it can't inspire people or create art in the same way a person can. And even when AI generates art, it lacks the context and emotional depth behind human creations.
That makes sense. Speaking of art, though, don't you find it fascinating how AI is pushing creative boundaries, like with AI-generated music or even scripts for movies? Do you think it's a threat to human creativity or a tool to enhance it?
I'd say it's both. On one hand, AI can help artists by generating ideas, like a co-creator. For example, a musician could use AI to create a beat or melody and then build on it with their unique touch. But on the other hand, there's a risk that we might rely too much on AI and lose the personal connection that makes art so special.
That's a fair point. I suppose it comes down to balance, using AI as a tool, not a replacement. It's similar to how photographers transitioned from film to digital. The technology changed, but the artistry remained.
Exactly. And speaking of transitions, what about the ethics of AI in decision-making? I mean, what happens if AI systems make decisions in critical areas, like healthcare or criminal justice? How do we ensure those systems are fair and unbiased?
It's a tough one. I've read cases where algorithms used in hiring or policing were found to be biased because they were trained on flawed data. It's scary to think how much harm that can cause if not caught early. What do you think is the solution?
Transparency is key. Developers need to be upfront about how AI systems work and what data they're trained on. Plus, there should always be a human in the loop for critical decisions. AI should assist, not replace human judgment in areas where ethics and nuance are crucial.
Agreed. It's also important for governments to step in and regulate AI use in sensitive areas. We can't just leave it up to private companies to self-police. Do you think we'll see global agreements on AI ethics, similar to climate accords?
It's possible, but it'll take time. AI is a global technology, so we need international collaboration to set standards. Organizations like the United Nations or the EU are starting to work on these frameworks, but it's a work in progress. The sooner we act, the better.
That makes sense. It feels like we're at a crossroads. AI could be the greatest tool we've ever created, or something we deeply regret if it's mishandled.
You're absolutely right. It's a tool, and like any tool, it's up to us how we use it. If we approach AI with intention, responsibility, and a focus on equity, it can be a game changer for humanity.
And that's the message we need to get out there. Well, we've covered a lot today. AI's impact on jobs, creativity, ethics, and even global collaboration. But I feel like we're just scratching the surface.
Definitely. AI is such a vast topic that we could talk about it for hours and still have more to explore. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode diving deeper into one specific aspect, like AI in healthcare or the ethics of automation.
That sounds like a great idea. And to our listeners, we'd love to hear from you. What's your take on AI? Are you excited about its potential, or do you have concerns about where it's headed? And if there's a specific topic you'd like us to tackle in a future episode, let us know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.